What up guys, Steve here with Yalla TV, and thank you for tuning in to another beer review. Today's beer comes from the great state of Indiana and from the Forefathers Brewing Company out of Valparaiso, Indiana. Today we're going to be trying Buggy Nights. Buggy Nights is a donut-inspired pastry stout that was brewed with cinnamon and caramel. This beer was in collaboration with the Rise and Roll Bakery that makes these fine donuts that were in this beer today. These guys are also out of Valparaiso, so there's a little bit of collaboration going on today, and this is what we have. We have Buggy Nights. This beer weighs in at 11.7% alcohol by volume, and it has 20 IBUs. Forefathers released this beer to Mug Club members on Friday the 13th, and I was able to have a good friend of mine, Darren, hook it up with a bottle of Buggy Nights. So here we are, you guys, trying out, and we are gonna see what this beer has to offer. I'm a big fan of Forefathers Brewing Company. They're local, they make really great beer, and I'm hoping this is another selection that is at the top of the chart. So let's see what we have going on today, you guys, with Buggy Nights. As you can see here on the label, it's got a nice little buggy cart with donuts for wheels, and on the side it reads donut-inspired pastry stout brewed with cinnamon and caramel. And that's actually what the donuts that they used to brew this beer were made with, was caramel and cinnamon. So I'm kind of expecting a sweet treat here, and it's in a stout. It's an imperial stout, and I'm down with these bad boys, so we'll see. Let's go ahead and crack this bad boy open. There's not really much else going on with this bottle except for, you know, it's a nice size. There's no cap. It's just a plain black cap, plain black bottle with the nice Buggy Nights sticker. So let's go ahead and crack this bad boy open and get it into a glass. There's already been some mixed reviews on social media about this beer. Some people like it, some people don't. So I'm kind of curious to see what it has to offer. But again, like I said, there's tons of beers from Forefathers that I'm a big fan of, so I'm hoping this is more of the same. We're going to be using my favorite snifter glass here, you guys. Here we go into the glass. There's actually no head on this beer at all coming out of the glass or coming out of the bottle. You guys can see it's got a nice kind of dark Pepsi Cola kind of look to it, and on the top it's got a little bit, about a half a finger of brown khaki head. So not bad looking, it looks pretty nice. Nice dark color. Hang it up to the glass or up to the light. You can't see through it. You ain't seeing through this glass. So that is what's going on with this as far as that goes. Let's go ahead and dive in, give it a smell, see what we think. Okay, it's got you can definitely smell the cinnamon. It has a nice, kind of like a breaded, you know, that donut bread kind of smell. It kind of has that bready smell to it. Caramel is real nice. And then it kind of has like a nice, kind of like a sweet chocolate kind of smell to it. The cinnamon though is very much apparent. The caramel not so much, but the cinnamon is really powering through, and it smells good. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. Cheers to you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a few weeks. We've been busy with home stuff, so we're not in the studio like we usually are, or on the back deck. We're actually in the kitchen, as you guys can see. So sorry for the lack of content, you guys, but I do have more beers that I want to review before too long, so stay with me here. Thank you again for watching. Thank you cheers to Forefathers. Here we go, we're gonna go into our first sip of Buggy Nights. Okay. Cinnamon and caramel really shine through, so that's nice. It kind of has more of a, like a lighter stout taste. It's definitely smooth. It's kind of got like a little watery taste to it, like it's on a thinner side. So it's not as thick as I was expecting it to be. So it's got that kind of lighter body profile, more of like a porter than I would say it tastes or feels like, as opposed to a stout. Now that it's warming up, you definitely kind of get that nice donut kind of smell. When you walk into a bakery, you know how you kind of get that nice whiff of fresh donuts being baked. Now that this is warming up just a little bit, you kind of get that smell. There's a little bit of that dark kind of, or that sweet chocolate taste that's in this. At least that's what I'm getting with this beer. Maybe it's that the caramel taste kind of shining through a little bit more, but it kind of has like a little bit of like a chocolate vibe to it that I'm kind of digging. But I was kind of hoping for a little bit more from this beer, and it's not quite there. So I don't know, let's see. Maybe if we let it warm up a little bit more, we'll kind of get more of those pastry inspired flavors that come out of this beer. But you guys can see, it's got a nice clings to the glass pretty well. It looks really good in the glass. It looks really awesome. It's got like a little bit of a brown sugar kind of look as the alcohol and beer falls back into the glass, but it's good. I definitely think this beer, it has a lot going for it, but I think the execution is a little off. So I would agree with some of the people on social media that say that they were looking for a little bit more from this beer. It's not bad, but Forefathers has definitely offered better beers than Buggy Nights. But you know, I'm glad we tried it. I'm glad it's something we were able to get our hands on and review for you guys. I definitely would say you guys would want to sip this beer. It is 11.7%, like I mentioned earlier. It's not super boozy by any means, but it's definitely a beer that will get you in trouble if you don't treat it with respect. You know, with most beers that have a high ABV content, you want to kind of be aware of them. You don't want to chug them or, you know, drink them real fast. So you kind of want to let them just kind of hang out with them. You know, maybe watch a movie or enjoy the game while it's on, and kind of sip on this beer and enjoy it for what it is. So I guess final rating for this beer, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and give Buggy Nights from the Forefathers Brewing Company, I'm going to give this beer a 3.75 out of 5. I was wanting a little bit more from it. I wanted a little bit more taste, but it is what it is. I mean, it's a good beer. Like I said earlier, it's not the best beer that they've ever made, but it's high on the list. I would say 3.75 out of 5 is a fair score. I don't want to go any higher than that just because I was expecting a little bit more from this beer, but hey, you can't win them all. All right, guys, this is Forefathers Buggy Nights. This is a donut-inspired pastry stout. If you have had this beer, let me know what you thought about it down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, leave me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and like to check out some more beer reviews and also some more fishing content, hopefully before the summer is out, hit that subscribe button, you guys. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in to this beer review. And as always, guys, we will see you on the next episode. Cheers.